Hi, and welcome to this demo video all about the 2 HP record level expander for the Lo-Fi uTape scrubber. So we've got a little pre-recorded loop which I made using this Casio SK-1, and we've got it going through a reel repeats. And the idea of this new expander is to basically change the level of the input recording, so in this case our Casio, how much of that goes to the head. So by default, excuse me, normally the record level would come through and just be applied as we hear it. And you know, the way that the original module was configured, the levels, it should give you a 1-to-1 mix when you're kind of at speeds around here. So if we put this in the level in the middle, and let's just erase that loop as nice as it was. And what we should get is a nice 1-to-1. You can see I've got the playback level expander in the middle position roughly, and both our record and bias arrays roughly in the middle. Now if I drop it down a bit, and you can hear there that lower C is now quieter on the tape. And now this new phrase is louder than the first C. So if we go over to an organ sound, and I'm just going to play and now vary the So even though we were hearing a consistent tone, we can modulate or adjust the level of the recording going to the head. And it actually pushes how much can go to the head compared to the original circuit. Before, if you really wanted to saturate the tape, you would have had to overdrive the signal before, and then that would mean you'd have an overdriven, you know, audio through recording or through feed through audio. With this new expander, now we can hear our tone normally at normal level, but we can overdrive just the recording. So I'm just going to erase this. And you can start to hear that kind of tape saturation, distortion sound as it squares off, reaching the very limits of what the tape can absorb. Now this also means that any recording that we make after this at relatively lower signal levels will struggle to erase that, or, you know, override it so much. So you can hear as we go below kind of the halfway point, it starts to mix it more. But if we put it back up to the top, and this should, there you go, erase, almost blast over the top of the previous recording. By default it's a sound on sound machine, so there's a lot going on in terms of the way the sounds mix. It has a lot to do with the level of the audio to the head, the bias arrays level, and also a little bit to do with frequencies, tape speeds, tape formulation, and probably which way the wind blows as well. But anyway, that is the nature of this kind of very physical, real, organic instrument. It's not a simulation or an analog of the real world. It is it is in effect real world behavior, and that's what makes it so interesting. So I hope you've enjoyed this demo, and until next time, peace, love and tape loops.